Hello, 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 guys. How are you tonight? I'm so excited. So sorry that we are coming on here late. Had some technical difficulties, but we're back up. We're back on, and tonight we have David. Hello, David. Hey.
Good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm well. I'm well. Yes, it's midnight, just after midnight here. So, yeah, it's good. All good.
Hey, we've got a few people on here tonight. I'm going to actually put my glasses on this time because I missed out on a few people last time.
Hello, Salia.
Oh, man. I think I know who that is. That is probably Charisse. One of
Charisse.
my dear friends from Detroit.
Hey, girl. Finally get to see you live.
So I'm excited. Tonight we're going to talk about how to avoid burnout.
Yes, how to avoid burnout. We
We
started
need this.
last week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, we need this really bad. Like, I know for me, I do a lot. And so I think I shared last week how I would do so much until I probably, what's beyond burnout? Whatever that is, that's what I did. So this is helpful for me anyway.
Yes, definitely. And thank you everyone for joining us. And if you're watching this on record, great. Please share it with your friends. It's really easy to share this with your friends. And the thing really for us to talk about is what's the impact of burnout on us, and how does it affect our businesses? How does it affect our relationships, and also the way we react? So I wanted to ask. Actually, I will ask Loretta. How is your sleep these days?
What sleep? What sleep? What's that? Honestly, sometimes I get like 8 or 9 hours. That's not often, but sometimes I do get 8 or 9 hours. On average, I probably say like 6 hours of sleep. On average.
Yeah. I think most people have like an optimum time, and if you get less than that, you feel a little bit like SHIT, and can affect you. But I wanted to actually, I've got some slides on a workshop I've actually delivered on sleep. So perhaps I can just share a few of those slides just to show people what sleep is all about, and really not to take it lightly, so to speak. So perhaps we could go through the slides. These slides are usually from an hour workshop, but I'll just go through them quite quickly and then give some tips. We want to give value in these sessions, everyone. So here we'll go. So yeah, I mean, you hear people who say, funny enough, they say, I only need 4 hours sleep. I don't know how they do it.
I used to do that.
Yeah. And it's like, I've done it before, and you're like a zombie the next day, and like, wow.
Or you're really doped up on caffeine, coffee and Red Bull, 5 Hour, all those other energy drinks.
Yeah. Coffee. Love coffee. But yeah, it gets to a point where you're craving your pillow, to lie down and get away from everyone. So yeah, I mean, the effects of burnout are, as we've discussed previously, but just remind the audience, we can get grouchy, we can't focus, we've got no effort, we're lethargic, and we can't concentrate, we make bad decisions, and affects us emotionally as well. So, and it affects the brain. So sleep is really important. And I don't want to preach about sleep on this, but we just want to show you that it's so important. Let's go through a little bit of the science behind it. So perhaps I could share some slides for the next few minutes, if I may.
Sounds good.
Okay, dokie. Right, let's just go share screen. Share screen. Okay. So many different platforms these days. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so hopefully we can see these slides. We see the. You see the slides? I hope. Hopefully. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the power of sleep, right? So, what is sleep? So I'm just going to go through these slides. Sleep is a function of circadian rhythms. So if you can see that, we have this hormone called melatonin, which secretes, especially at nighttime. That's when it starts to secrete. And at that point, our conscious mind zones out and our unconscious mind is still in. But that's when we are sleeping. So what happens when we're sleeping? What are the functions of sleep? And these affect us. And if you just think about, you are the business. So all the entrepreneurs out there watching this, people who run businesses, their own businesses, yeah, sleep is a real big part of who you are, and therefore it's a part of your business. So what does it do? So it allows your body to rest. You need that energy. It allows your body to repair and restore. So important, because when we got damaged tissue like muscle, tissues like that we need to restore that, or any cells lost from the organs. We just need sleep, and during this time the body regenerates, restores itself. And if you don't get the sleep, you don't get the rest, you don't get this repair mechanism working. And also the brain creates new memories when we sleep. So usually between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning, the brain's downloaded information. And the final part of it is the brain actually removes waste products. So that's so important, because the brain is just functioning all day long. And if it's functioning all day long, it's got lots of garbage, waste products it needs to sort of dispose of. And it does this during the nighttime. And the fascinating thing, Loretta, is that the brain actually, when we're sleeping, the brain has been shown scientifically to shrink slightly, ever so slightly it shrinks. And at that time, the cerebrospinal fluid actually moves in to remove the waste products, which is so fascinating. So if you imagine the cerebrospinal fluid comes up from the spine and into the cavities left by this very, very slightly shrunken brain tissue, to like a river, it flows through and then takes away the waste products, which is just so fascinating. And I only found this out in the last few years, and it's quite new science. So that's really important. So here we go for the 4 stages. So this is what happens when we sleep. So when we first start going to sleep, our eyes are closed, and we get in that dreary state, the alpha state. So our eyes are closed. We're not quite asleep, but we're not quite awake. That's the first stage, called alpha state. Incidentally, it's the same state as when we meditate. So that's quite important. Then we go into a light sleep. The heart rate drops, the body temperature drops, and we're preparing for a deep sleep. And then we go into the deep sleep. And this is where the body repairs and the immune system strengthens. So especially at this vital time in human history, we're challenged with having the need for a really good immune system. So sleep is good for your immune system. When we go into a deep sleep, we repair and the immune system strengthens itself. And then we go into random eye movement sleep. This is where we dream, and the brain is said to be processing information about what we've actually achieved that day. So the brain's more active, body becomes more relaxed and immobile, and dreams occur, and the eyes move rapidly. That's what's called rapid eye movement. Excuse me. So the American Sleep Foundation found that 20% of the sleep is in this stage of rapid eye movement. This occurs between 4 and 7 o'clock in the morning. So what triggers sleep, everyone? the circadian rhythm, which I mentioned earlier on, and this is linked to sunlight, daylight. The sun, we got light passing through the eyes, which hits the suprachiasmatic nucleus right here, and then that triggers off the physiological symptoms. We start getting melatonin being produced. Since melatonin is produced, and this is our sleep hormone. So we got the pineal gland, otherwise known as the third eye, and that secretes melatonin and gets us ready for sleep. So it starts secreting this around 8, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. Real fascinating stuff. There it is. And okay, so I want to share some tips. This is what it's all about. Let's share some tips. Stick to a sleep schedule. This is, if you go to bed at 10 o'clock, stick to that sleep schedule. It's so important that you get yourself ready for a normal sleep schedule. Exercise. I've always recommended exercise. For physiologically, it's best in the morning when you first wake up. And some people, you see, when they've exercised before bedtime, studies have shown that this can actually cause you to become more alert. When you're more alert, you have trouble going to sleep. So try and avoid exercise within 3 hours before you go to bed. The two demons, caffeine and alcohol, these can keep you awake. So this is up to you. I'm not here to preach, but caffeine is a stimulant, alcohol is a stimulant, and with certain people, this can keep you awake. Somebody like me, I can drink caffeine before I go to bed. Alcohol has no effect on me, but with a lot of people, it does. So just find out what you're drinking before you go to bed, because that can seriously affect you. And obviously, the old devil, nicotine, that can keep you more alert and more awake. It's said to deprive people of sleep. So again, these are lifestyle choices. Large meals can affect, cause an imbalance in digestion, and then cause you to have problems sleeping because your GI tract, the gastrointestinal tract, which starts at your mouth and ends up at the other end of your body, digests food, and this again can keep you awake at night if people eat late or large meals. So something worth thinking about. Medicines that disrupt sleep. So obviously consult your general practitioner, your medical doctor, about your sleep patterns. If you've got a problem with sleep patterns, and perhaps they can look at your meds. Naps after 3 p.m. Some people have naps during the daytime, and it's been known that if you have a nap in the day, it can affect your nighttime sleep. So just work out your own sleep patterns and whether naps can cause you to stay awake at night. I always recommend power naps. Personally, I can have a power nap in the day, 15, no more than 20 minutes. So have you ever woken up after a sleep in the daytime really groggy because you went into a deep sleep and you woke up and you feel like SHIT, worse than you did before you had your nap? So I always recommend don't nap for more than 20 minutes. Okay, and relax before you go to bed. So the hours before you go to bed, we have to exercise what sleep psychologists call sleep hygiene. It's how you set yourself up before you go to bed. And I think I've got some slides for this. Dark, cool bedroom. So the body likes to sleep in a dark, cool bedroom. Light exposure for 30 minutes a day. That's really important so that we can set our body clock. So it's recommended that we go outside or get proper daylight for at least 30 minutes a day. A lot of people are in offices or were in offices and weren't exposed to daylight. So it's always good to have about 30 minutes daylight per day. And the next one is don't lie awake at night if you can help it. If you lie there, you can often overthink, and you can, as a consequence, you don't go to sleep. So the suggestion is get up and do something like read, but nothing that's going to stimulate you. And hopefully then you'll be able to go back to sleep at some point. Okay, yeah, so Let's have a look. So, so sleeping is such a vital ingredient in avoiding burnout, and people out there who are really looking for ultimately for success in their business, you might see, Catherine, you might see famous people you heard of. Oh, so and so only needs 4 hours. Someone, somebody famous needs 6 hours. But at the end of the day, you've got to do what's right for you, not what you think someone else is doing, because more than likely, most people who are successful actually have a good night's sleep. You just hear of the freaks who sleep on 4 hours, like a Tony Robbins who only needs 4 hours sleep, famously. But there's no way I can survive in 4 hours. And some people's brains are wired up that way. I could drink personally. I can drink Red Bull at midnight and still go to sleep. So it's not a problem. But there's plenty of people who can drink Red Bull in the daytime and not go to sleep that night. So our brains have different ways of acting, and we have different. Everybody's wired up slightly differently with the number of receptors you have. Without going into being too sciencey, some people need 8 hours, some people need 7, some people need 6. That's just the way it is. So try and do what's best for you, as opposed to copying someone else because you think it's cool. You know?
I did have one question,
Yeah.
David. So my question is, I know earlier you mentioned kind of like relaxing before you go to bed.
Yes.
Could you possibly give us like maybe 1 or 2 examples of what you can do to relax before you go to bed?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for asking that question, actually, because I didn't really have any slides in there. Yeah, the best sleep hygiene it really is to look at what time you're going to go to sleep, and then start thinking about winding down. And what I can suggest initially is what not to do, and that would include don't watch things that are going to stimulate your mind, like thrillers, horrors, anything that's going to keep you on edge.
Like a
Because
Netflix series that you
like a
might want to
Netflix
binge
series,
watch.
yeah, like a Netflix series, and a lot of people watch the news before they go to bed, and then they go to bed in a bad mood, and then they're cursing the world. So anything that stimulates your brain, that's so important to look at. What's your lack of sleep costing you? The second thing to think about is these things, technology. This is my iPad, and so we look at technology and its blue light effect, and that stimulates us. So I definitely don't take the phone anymore into the bedroom, because the bedroom is for 2 things only, sleep being one of them, and then technology not being the other one, so to speak. So if you think of technology, it can stimulate you, and also if you're lying there at night and you scroll in, your brain's just going over and over again, and you might see something you don't like or something irritates you, and then you're awake. So keep technology out of the bedroom. Then you got to think about prior to going to bed. Really set your bedroom in that cooler state. So a lot of people have a warm house. Somebody said relax before bed, shower. Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people have baths before they go to bed, because if you're in a bath, it's like nice, cozy, and warm. You always feel relaxed after you come out of a bath.
With lavender.
Yeah, yes. I was going to say the glass of wine, but yeah. And so if we have this bedtime routine, so if anybody's out there who's struggling to sleep, please look at what are you doing in the 2 hours before you sleep? And we all have a routine. So what's your routine? And is it eating too much? Is it going through the Doritos? Is it watching the Netflix? Anything that stimulates this is going to keep you awake. Yeah. Does that answer your question at all in terms of things people can do?
Yeah, that was really good. I just honestly I asked that for me, but that was really good. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
I know quite often I'll snack before going to bed. I actually have a snack bag near my bed. And then I will have a technology, I mean, in the room. So maybe I'll remove that and see if it works.
Yeah. Well, one more thing to do as well in the hour before you go to bed is that's the time really to switch off technology. Ideally, to actually cocktails. Yeah, why not? Switch off technology so that you're not active before you go to bed. You're not scrolling Facebook or Instagram, and you're not getting emotional because looking at technology can cause you to be emotional. Some people start comparing their life against others. Some people
Mm,
start overthinking. Some people look at somebody and they think, wow, they're successful. Why am I not? And you start thinking. Then you go to bed in some sort of mood. So there's got to be a cutoff point, and it comes to discipline because this is relatively new technology. It wasn't around a couple of decades ago, but we're now. What I think is, as soon as you start answering emails, texts, messages at night, you're at the convenience of the other person. You're at their
mhm.
agenda. So it's up to you to think what you want to do. We've all had those late night texts which we've read and put us into a mood. We slept, and we wish we hadn't seen that text and even answered.
Yes,
It's like,
yes.
oh, why did I do that? Why am I looking at my emails? We're going to think about it's so precious to us because a lot of it, most of it, can wait till the morning.
So like for me, I know that's something that I'll do to wake up in the morning. Is like I'll have my phone next to me and it's like if I
Mm,
find myself struggling to wake up, I'll grab my phone, I'll
mm,
open up Facebook even though I'm halfway asleep.
mm,
And
mm,
then I'll start checking emails and it's like, okay, Instagram, Facebook, emails, I'm awake and then I'm up and ready.
mm. Yeah,
So yeah, I can see how that'll be a distraction from sleep.
yes,
So,
definitely. And if you don't have technology in the bedroom, then just set yourself up to get up the next day. So I always say, put some gym gear on, something, do something, and exercise is the best way to start up the body because the body's been lying there for hours. And if you just exercise, it's just a new routine. It's only a new routine. And I find it really helps. And you just feel so much more productive, to be honest, Loretta, and energized than if you wake up and you just scroll. And we've all done it. It's just a new habit.
well, this was good as always.
Thank you.
As always, David. I know it is 7:30 here. What time is it there?
12:30. 12:30 after
At
midnight.
night?
12:30 is 12:30. Woo! Dark
Oh
outside.
my goodness.
Dark outside. But yeah, I'm pumped. I've enjoyed this. Uh, Everybody out there, please join us. We're here every week.
Every Wednesday. Oh my
Every
God. Every
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So, you guys, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the
Yeah,
video. We are on YouTube,
yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those great platforms. So, yes.
Oh, before we go, I'm on tomorrow morning. I'm on Instagram tomorrow morning. Anybody want to join me? I'm always live on Instagram with Salir at 11 o'clock. UK time. So that's really early for you guys. It's 6 a.m. So anybody's up at 6 a.m., dial into Instagram. I'm stayed up late for you. You can get up early.
Now, wait a minute. Wait. So your lives on Instagram, can I go back and watch them like if I'm not up that early? Or is it just for that
Yeah,
moment?
good question. The replay's up there for 24 hours. So yeah, everybody can go up
Okay.
there. It's on David_Rahman and it's up there for 24 hours. So where I share one specific technique or way of the process of letting go. These ones are about letting go, and it's happening every Thursday. So if you're an overthinker, thinking about the past too much, thinking about the future, you're comparing your life to others, needing validation, procrastination, all that stuff. Uh, we talk about it in these 20-minute episodes, and that's tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. EST.
And where can they find you again on Instagram?
David_Ramen. Yeah, please join me. It'd be great
All
to see you.
right.
And if you're not up, then watch the replay. It'll be up there.
Nice. Well, I am going to let you go so you can get some sleep. And I am going to make dinner. So
Okay. Well, enjoy your dinner tonight.
thank you. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, David. Thanks again. This was great.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.